And we're live.
Hello.
Happy Sunday. And today we are going to talk about booking another cruise, but this time on a cruise line we have never been on before.
No, all new for us.
Oh, 1 second. My battery is running low right at the start of the show.
We might be about to have some technical difficulties. We just got off of a live chat with some patron members, our Cosmo level patrons. So thank you for those of you that joined. But I guess maybe we should have made sure we were charging the computer. Anyways, get it all plugged in and we're good to go.
Ooh, that was a close call. 6% battery left. I think we're good.
Okay, we're plugged in. Hopefully we don't die on you.
There you go. You know it's live when.
Yeah, exactly. Well, again, hello and happy Sunday to everybody. And we are Jill and Jerry, the Cruising Canucks.
Yep, and thanks for joining our Sunday Live that turns into our podcast, Banter Onboard, on Monday mornings on Spotify, Apple Music, and here on YouTube as well, where we do the lives. So today we have something exciting to talk about.
We do.
And kind of I would say it's kind of all your fault.
Yes, it is. Actually, I would 100% say it's all your fault because we are listening to what you tell us and we have taken your advice.
Yeah, a lot of people have come on and said you had to book this cruise line. We've been telling us for like literally since we started the channel that you've got to try this cruise line. We haven't had the opportunity. Finally, it came up. We saw a price that was right. We were going to be in the area, another cruise anyways.
Yes.
And so we booked it. I'll give you a hint. This is kind of the color of the cruise line ships.
Oh, I see. You're jumping right to the punch. You're not even saying hello or anything. You're just giving it away. He's so excited, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we could tell him now because we're going to talk all about it later on today. We're going to get your advice since you're sending us on this cruise, but not paying for it. You got to at least give us some advice, right? Oh, but you're kind of paying for it. Actually, all the support of everybody on the channel goes a long ways to help us do something extra once in a while. And this feels like this was one of those extras.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, keep watching those videos and liking and subscribing. It helps us.
Yeah, your lipstick kind of matches my shirt today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of bluish looking in the light.
I know. Here's the problem, ladies. Don't go, or if you're my age, don't go buying more lipstick without having your reading glasses because I thought I had the right color that I've always bought, but it's off by a shade and it's a little bit different than what I've ever worn before. So I'm going to have to go back to the drugstore this week with my reading glasses to make sure I get the right number.
I think it's off by more than a shade.
Well, it looked. I mean, again, in the store with the fluorescent lights, maybe that's my excuse, or that's the story, and I'm sticking to it, as they say.
Well, cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers to us booking another cruise. I am drinking a combination today of blackberry and peach. Crown Royal.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, there you go.
We have to get trained up for this next cruise that we booked that we haven't been on before because there's a lot of emphasis on the different bars on the ship.
True enough.
This is their color. If this had little X's all over it, would that give you more of a clue? I didn't drink yet.
Oh, yeah, neither did I.
And so, anyways, our cruise this fall we're going on that we kind of just booked kind of a little bit last minute because final payment was due as soon as in fact, when we booked this cruise, they said the deposit was $350 and final payment was due 48 hours later. So that's how that's how it rolls.
So we will be going on for the very first time a celebrity cruise, specifically Celebrity Apex. So we're very excited about it because, like we mentioned earlier, so many of our followers and supporters in the last few years have said you have to try Celebrity. When we talk about Princess versus Holland America and that, everybody says get Celebrity into the mix, that they've had wonderful experiences with them. And so we are excited to try them out for ourselves. And so far, I guess I shouldn't say so far so good, but what I was going to say is so far the anticipation is building because once we booked it right away, we downloaded the app and I was very impressed with the app.
Don't give away the whole show. We're not there yet. We're going to get to the parts where we talk about what we think of Celebrity so far from our initial experiences.
Oh, are we?
I guess that we're done for the day.
There you go. We're done.
Thanks for joining.
This is the shortest live ever. No, sorry, I didn't realize.
Baby and the bathwater all just went all right there.
That's awful.
So yes, we're going to talk all about Celebrity, get your input, what you think. We'll let you know what we've been finding out as we've started down this very new journey that's less than a week long of having a Celebrity cruise booked and what that looks like.
Right.
And we have a bunch of other stuff to talk about too. First off, we just had a video. I think it was the first time ever. I was telling Mrs. Canuck that today we actually released a video on the same day we're doing a live. So this morning, early this morning, we released our day in Vancouver before our Cunard cruise. So check that out if you haven't checked it out yet.
We had such a fun day.
So there you go. So if you missed the live and you're playing catch up, you have 2 videos to watch now today.
There you go.
So you'll see what we did all around Vancouver that day. So that was lots of fun. We were in Vancouver last year. We didn't have a chance to really explore the city much, so I kind of felt like we did it this time. At least kind of a highlights of Vancouver, it was called. And any group cruise updates? I threw it in here because I thought maybe there'd be an update. We booked a couple more people again this week, so we're slowly adding to our numbers.
So if you haven't already done so and you've booked with us, go on to our private Facebook group, because you will see that our group excursions are now posted for you to purchase if you'd like to join us on our group excursions. So if you log into your Holland America account, you will find excursions for the day that we're in Jamaica and the great day that we're in Cayman Islands. And they are called Cruising Canucks, and then the name of the excursion and under that. So be sure to reserve your place if you want to join us for either of those 2 days.
Yeah, so if you don't see Cruising Canucks in the excursion description, like in the title of it, then it's not the right one. So when you find that, you'll see it. When you get there, it's obvious.
But I have it posted on our Facebook page so you can see what it's called and looks like.
And what else have we got going on? So that's the group cruise update. And like I said, we're still taking bookings, and we're still a couple months away from final payment, which is kind of going to be the end of when we can book people, because then we have to have firm numbers in for the ship.
November 3rd is final payment deadline.
Yep. So if you're still thinking about it, let us know. We've had a couple people inquire when we were in Cunard, and we've been catching up with some folks. So we still have some time to get some bookings. We still have cabins available.
Yes.
And my mouse stopped working. See what is going on today.
He is definitely having some technical difficulties today.
This is interesting.
Oh, wow. It really isn't working. Well, we're stuck on that one page. So there you go. That might be the banner.
We can go on to, I need a battery. Yeah, I think my battery's dead. I'll get a battery in a second when we get to something that Mrs. Canuck can talk about. Yeah.
Let's do this. I'll lend him the battery out of my mouse.
Ooh, she's so
it's more
nice.
important for him to have it since he controls all the stuff.
Now we're really live as we trade batteries and we plug in computers.
There you go. What can we do?
I can't even see how this goes back together, everybody.
Oh, man. This is what live shows are like, isn't it?
It goes that way. There we go.
Are we back in function?
No, your battery's more dead than my battery.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, well, I'll have to get a different mouse in a second.
Wow.
Anyways, coming up this week, we do have, you don't see on the screen, but we do have our embarkation video for Cunard, finally. So after a little bit of illness, getting through that and getting caught up with our editing, we're finally getting back on track. So that comes out this week. And what are you doing now?
I'm just taking my battery back, so at least we have one functioning laptop going on here.
And you see, is that going to work? Oh, it's working again. Ta-da! There we go. What else? It usually happens in threes, so I'm waiting for the next thing.
Oh, my.
What have you done on your screen?
When I took the battery out, it swapped over on me. So.
You're totally all over the place. I can't even get to where we were.
Okay. Just exit that.
I can't exit it because then you're not going to have any comments. There you go.
Right.
You're back up and running.
I'm back and going.
There we go. And I thought I'd throw in again, just for those that are catching up with us with our email list. We've now actually had 2 in 2 weeks. Probably another one coming out on Monday. So we've been trying to keep everybody up to date week by week on the email list. So if you haven't joined that, cruisingcanucks.com, look for a little thing at the top. You push the button, it'll take you to a link where you can join the email list. So I think we're almost 500 people now. So yeah, we've got lots of people that we're keeping updated. If you don't catch the lives or some of our videos, all the information is also there. That's the story on the email list.
Okay.
And it's your favorite time.
Oh, no. Trivia's coming.
It is trivia time. Here we go. What cruise line currently sails the most ex-celebrity ships? And if you know the cruise line, what are the names of those ships?
What cruise line?
Yeah. So what cruise line has bought the most ex-celebrity ships that is currently sailing them right now?
I would say Marella, because the one Marella cruise we were on was a celebrity ship.
It was a Royal Caribbean ship that we were on.
Oh, shoot. I'm still going to say Marella because I know they do have celebrity cruises.
How do you know this?
from watching Paul and Carol.
Because Carol just told you an hour ago.
No. Well, yes, maybe she did a little bit, but no, they talked about it when they were on the new one that Morella just redid. Then that was a celebrity one. What's the new one? I'm forgetting the name of it now. Voyager? No, that's not right.
So I'm looking
You're
at
not helping me here.
I'm not helping.
Just going to let me hang out here and dry.
Because I'm looking to see who else is getting it in the comment section here. I'm seeing Tony says Morella.
Yeah.
Scott says Morella, and who knows for the ship names? No,
right, yeah.
I know Scott can do better than that.
Carol saying, I know.
Bruce says Morella. Carol knows.
She does.
Scott's changing his answer to Fred Olson. He's in trouble now.
No.
Ruth's changing. She's over to P&O as well.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Morella. For sure.
Okay, let's go back and see what the answer is. The answer is Morella.
Yes.
With the Explorer 2, and the Voyager.
Oh, I was right with the name of the ship, Voyager. We have a mosquito flying around here, guys.
Fruit fly or something.
No. I'm not sure what it is.
But yeah, so 3 ships currently in service with Morella, which is the most. There's been some other lines that have bought Morella ships, but I think those are the 3 that are still sailing that are.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks for joining us, Athena and Brian.
Oh,
They just checked in.
Athena and Brian just checked in too. So that brings us through. Hold on. We have one more thing.
Oh, we do?
I didn't put a comment about it, but I can show it to you.
Okay.
We haven't been doing really much of the picture of the week because it's really hard for those that are listening to this as a podcast to be able to see the picture of the week.
Oh, okay.
But that means you're going to have to describe the picture.
Okay.
So we're going to throw up a picture that someone sent to us that just came back from the Mediterranean. And here it is.
Oh, look at that picture.
We'll drop this down there.
Isn't it beautiful? So Ken sent that in to us, and that is the, will I say the name right? Oosterdam. Did I say it correctly?
I think you got it.
Isn't that a beautiful photo, though?
Do you know what city he was in?
No, I don't remember.
Does Ken know?
I'm sure he probably included it in the email that he sent us.
It is the Oosterdam in Rhodes, Greece.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Isn't that pretty?
So I thought since he sent it into us, we had to put it in today, even though we haven't been doing many pictures that are hard to translate. But did you describe it?
I guess I did not, but I just love the look of that photo. They say a picture says 1,000 words, right?
Okay,
yeah.
Let's start your words. I'll start counting.
The words? No, it's just simply beautiful.
Yep.
It's very elegant looking is what I will say.
It looks like it's evening's just set in. The ship's sitting there beautifully at Rhodes, Greece. It's got the nice dark blue hull, and all the ship lights are lighting it all up. It looks really fancy. So there you go.
Yeah,
that's what it's
reflecting on the water.
That's what it looks like in the podcast.
There you go.
Oh, so we'll go back to where were we? I didn't have that in there, but okay. So let's talk about celebrity cruises. What we've learned so far, what we're thinking so far.
Okay.
But what caught my attention when I was doing my research on celebrity is that John Chandris, the founder, owner originally of Celebrity, started in 1988, negotiating with Bermuda, but then the first ship came out in 1990. But he came up with this statement. He said, "We will feature comfort and quality, not glitz and glitter." And then he also said that his strategy was to provide an upscale product with mass market pricing. And I guess my question and my curiosity is, obviously Royal Caribbean has since bought out Celebrity, I believe in the late 90s. Have they continued with that original premise of how Celebrity was built? So I'm curious, a lot of you are on today that have been on Celebrity. And do you get that feeling? Is that exactly what
the strategy was? It's not glitz and glitter, but it's high upscale product.
Yeah. And I think another statement that came from the same gentleman about his cruise line was that their goal was that they would make their ships 50% larger. It was an example he gave, but he would make it only 25% more passengers, meaning that he was preserving that passenger space ratio that our friend Scott talks about so much in his spreadsheets that he's got figured out.
Right.
So that kind of caught my attention too.
Right.
And it's very interesting because when I looked at the Celebrity Apex and I did that math that Scott taught me how to do with, I take the number of passengers and I divide it by the size of the ship. Celebrity Apex will be in our top 10 of ships that have the most space to passenger ratio.
The top 10?
Even though that's,
what number in the top 10?
I know, I was redoing my numbers today. Originally I thought it was first, but it might not be exactly first, but it's definitely still in the top 10.
Okay.
Yeah, up there with like the Queen Elizabeth that we just came off of. It's in the same ballpark of that for space, I think. So yeah, that's my my curiosity is a lot of the ships we really liked lately, like the Volendam, like the Queen Elizabeth, have had lots of free space that you don't feel like you're jammed in with thousands of other people.
Right.
And the Apex has just over 3,500 people. And I'm curious, has Celebrity successfully done what no other cruise line's done yet for me?
Right.
In having a larger ship with lots of people, but still having enough space that you don't feel like you're in crowds all day long.
Well, yeah, and we can't wait to check that out for ourselves. Our first impression, like we watched a YouTube video before we booked our cabin because we were having the debate of do we book an interior, do we book an infinity balcony? And, you know, when we compared the two videos on YouTube of that, I thought, you know, they have a very spacious interior cabin. And so I didn't feel like we needed to spend the extra money to go into the infinity balcony rooms. And so, yeah, if that's any sort of indication of what the rest of the ship is going to be like for space, it seems generous. And so, yeah, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I just see in some of the comments here, Scott is saying, yes, they've been able to preserve that, but the prices are more of a premium now. Which kind of makes sense in our experience with them, is that we were having a tough time getting it for kind of more the mass market cruise line prices that you're used to.
We wanted it to come in at the same price as Princess and Holland America generally does for us. And it took a lot of hunting in order to make it happen. This cruise that we booked did make that happen, but a lot of them were more. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And a couple other comments related to that is that Texas Pepito is saying that comfort and quality with sprinkles of glitz is what he's saying.
Sprinkles of glitz.
And
That's nice.
And I think to follow with that, Stephen is saying that maybe more glitz since the Solas's class ships as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And just seeing here, Scott is saying for an interior Celebrity cruise on a newer ship, the average price range of the drink package is around $500 per night. And whereas compared to $350 per night in, say, Holland America, where the packages actually includes more things.
That's per cabin. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, that makes a difference too. When you compare Princess's package, because it includes your gratuities, that makes a big difference when you're doing your cost per day per cabin, right? That's a nice thing that Princess adds into their package that a lot of cruise lines don't do or only do on special promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess now that we're booked on Celebrity,
mm-hmm.
some of the things that I've been starting to notice about them,
mm-hmm.
which I think are all interesting first impressions.
Okay.
First of all, from the booking side, so we booked it from kind of the travel agent side, but the response and the support so far has been really impressive.
True.
Like a lot of cruise lines, they all have representatives for travel agents, and you reach out to them. And some of them get back to you.
And some of them don't.
Some never do, or some are very late getting back to you. Celebrity, I had a quick question for them about their booking cost codes and the promotion codes. And they were back to me inside of a few hours and gave me some details and more help than some other cruise lines have ever given me as far as. So that was a very good first impression that they were on the ball that way.
That was before we even booked. Yeah.
And what was the first thing that you liked about them?
Well, yeah, and the first thing that I liked, like once Jerry told me he booked us on this cruise, I immediately downloaded the app onto my phone, and I was getting Jerry to share with me the booking number so that I could set up my app. I didn't even need it. All I had to do was put in my name and my email address, and my booking came up with my itinerary and my cabin number. And it was all just sort of, gave me the countdown to my cruise and allowed me to start exploring. And I found that the app had a lot more information from a land-based thing than some of the other apps that I've used. I could see more details of specialized events that they do and promotions that they do, and a really good map I found on the app of what the ship looks like, that you can sort of investigate and have a good feel of what the ship looks like before you get on it.
Yeah,
I was impressed with the app.
It was kind of funny because we both, without telling each other, had logged on to the app and tried the app out for the first time. And before, it was funny, after Mrs. Canuck told me what her experience, how much she likes the app, I'm like, really? I was on it too, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. Like, first of all, you start the app, instantly there's information there. There's no like, okay, is this app ever going to start, Princess? And it was instantaneous. It was easy to navigate and find things on there. It was really well done. The app was really professional, really user friendly. So I thought, if this is a sign of what's to come, I'm already impressed just on how well their app worked, especially after getting off Cunard, no app.
Yeah. Yeah. 9-day difference.
So that was a big shock to the system too.
Like I was able to look up, specific bars and what their themes were and, stuff like that. It was very, clearly marked out. Every time you touch a picture on the map, you can see on whatever deck where the public washrooms are, very highlighted. And so I thought that comes in very handy.
Yeah, we've said that for years when we look at apps for other cruise lines we have been on. It's like, why when you bring up the ship map, can it not tell you where your nearest washroom is? Because that's sometimes when you're out and doing stuff in the evening, that's the one thing you want to know is, how do I get to the nearest bathroom and back to where I am?
Celebrity thought of that.
They've already figured that out.
Because as I was looking to see what level things were located, I kept seeing all these orange symbols for washrooms, and I thought, well, that's convenient that it's that bright and visible.
Yeah, in my first impressions from seeing all the venues and the bars and everything else is I'm already thinking, how are we going to possibly see all of them? We're only booked on a 6-day cruise with them to give it a try, and I'm thinking, I'm not sure we're going to have time to see everything there is to see. And just looking at a couple of comments coming in here. Stephen knows what I'm talking about. He's saying that support from Cruising Power is great. Cruising Power is kind of the website that the travel agents use to book Royal Caribbean cruise lines. And yeah, the support was really good there. And why do you know if we use the Shipmate app to keep track of our cruises? No, we haven't. I've heard of other vloggers that do that, but we've never done that yet.
What is that? Sorry, I don't even know what it is.
I think it's like an app that you put in your cruises where you're going, and other people can join it too, and they can see what you're cruising on.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. No, we haven't done that. I know what it is. I just haven't really played with it much.
I've never heard of it.
And Scott's talking about customer service. Royal Caribbean and Celebrities customer service is the best in the industry, in his opinion.
Wow.
That's high praise.
But it also helps that one of my friends is the head of operations for Royal Caribbean customer service. No in there at all, right, Scott?
And that's interesting because I found, as much as there was no app, I thought every time we called Cunard, the customer service was amazing. I don't remember ever being on hold, ever not getting someone that was knowledgeable and knew how to deal with it right away.
Yeah, when we called Cunard leading up to our cruise to try to arrange a few things and check things out, immediately a person answers the phone. You're not pressing 20 different buttons on your phone trying to get to a live person. And they were able to talk to you and deal with you right away. So we loved that about Cunard. But yeah, they need to get an app. They need to get a little bit more with it.
Yeah, Amy's chiming in saying, yes, the app is fantastic as well. Yep. And 67 Fastback is saying, make sure we sign up for the Celebrity Club Rewards program.
Also include past Royal Caribbean cruises you have been on for additional points as they do loyalty status match. So that's funny you say that. Thanks for bringing that up, because that was actually a question I asked Jerry when we were going for our morning walk, because I didn't see anything in that section of the app for us. And we have done a few, or I've done 2 Royal Caribbean cruises. You've only done 1. So at least we should have a little bit of a history of points we want to have included. So thanks for reminding us we need to do that.
I guess my question to anybody online that maybe knows the answer about this is, so do they status match, like you would match Royal Caribbean and then you start at that point and then you carry on with Celebrity, or is it interchangeable? My understanding was you could build points on either one and it would combine.
And just grows with you depending on whichever other 2 ships.
It's almost like one single loyalty program, and it counts for either Royal or Celebrity. Maybe I've got it wrong. So if you know.
I don't know.
Because we're trying to figure this out for sure. Because we want to get this all figured out before we get on board in another couple months. Yeah. And Scott is saying, yes, Cunard was amazing.
Jessica has a question here at 2:53.
Yeah.
We're going on the Sun Princess Mediterranean next year, not getting any packages because almost every day is a port day. Is that a good thinking? I think it is. In my opinion, we've done Mediterranean, and you're right, it's so port intensive and you're busy that you don't really require a drink package. We had planned not to do that when we went on our last one, was not to have a drink package. The other thing is I find like a lot of the ports, there is more affordable to drink on land at some of the cafes and restaurants there on land while you're in port in the Mediterranean than it is to order drinks on the ship. So yeah, I would go with that plan myself. Would you agree?
Yeah. There's lots to drink at all the ports. It's really affordable. Some cruise lines, I'm not sure Princess, you could bring alcohol on, but I'm not sure
Princess, you're allowed to bring 1 bottle of wine on embarkation day. Okay,
but not at the ports.
I don't
we didn't try actually.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah. And I thought I saw another comment or question in here too. Somewhere, where was it? Oh, just some updates on other people that are traveling. That Lisa is going on the Celebrity Edge for the first time in July to Alaska. They fell in love with Celebrity.
Oh, nice.
That's at $251. Everything from watching the captain, crew, cabin food was top tier. Can't wait to sail with them again.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we're hearing lots of things, and it's funny because Scott had mentioned that it is priced a little bit higher, and that what I'm thinking now is from all the positive information I'm hearing from people is if it's that much better than what we've experienced,
Right.
is it worth the little bit extra you're going to pay? So maybe there is a value in that extra premium that you're going to pay. Because we're kind of at that point now where we'd rather, instead of rolling the dice and booking a cruise for just the same price of all the other cruises and hope we like it, to pay a little extra, knowing we're always going to get.
You're always going to love it.
To have a great experience. Maybe that's the thing that with Celebrity that maybe works in their favor.
But I would argue to say that we've never had a bad experience on Holland America or on Princess. So,
Yeah. And then there are other opinions for sure. Harlan is saying that they think Celebrity was better before the merger with Royal Caribbean. Okay. So fortunately, we never saw what that looked like. So we won't have that as a comparison.
Right. So I'm hearing answer to your question earlier is that the status is not combinable. Points do not cross from just the status level.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
I'm looking
what
here.
We're seeing.
It's not combinable. Do not cross over is what Tony says.
Mm-hmm.
And J&B are saying that they've been on other cruise lines, but there's a certain vibe you get on Celebrity.
Crew, service, food, entertainment are all excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Brenda's helping me out here to the question earlier. Thank you, Brenda. Yes, it's Delcy Paris. That's the name of the backpack. That is correct.
Yeah. And so, with Celebrity, I'm really curious to know, I anticipate that the entertainment is really good. So I wonder if it's as good as Royal Caribbean's ships are. If it's the same type of top-notch main stage shows, whether there's name brand shows. You can tell we haven't done our homework yet.
I'm pretty sure, this is my understanding of it, but I could be wrong and you guys could correct me, but I'm pretty sure that the Royal Caribbean entertainment main theater shows that we love is the same sort of entertainment that you get on Celebrity.
Yeah.
That they have that.
So that would be impressive.
Yeah.
All
exactly.
the bar, the nightlife, the ambience, what I'm getting a feel from, like J&B has said that there's a certain vibe on Celebrity. I kind of get that impression that there's a buzz around the ship all night long, which would be fascinating because I always said that was one of the things I liked about Carnival was the evening kind of had this feel to it, something like nothing else we've ever had before. And it'd be fascinating to see if Celebrity has that in more kind of to say what way Carol would put it, is a posh type of experience. Yeah, kind of an elevated experience, but still lots going on and that kind of a vibe to it. So
yeah, correct. Nice.
So we are curious, and then we're gonna have to watch for the upgrade option. So I wonder if we'll have the option to do that.
Yeah, but if we get it, do we want to upgrade to the infinite balcony? I don't know.
Yeah, are there balconies that aren't infinite? Can
suites, only suites.
So we'd have to go to a suite if we didn't have infinite. Yeah, that's an option, is to go to that.
To go to a suite? It is? That's an option?
Well, maybe.
Oh, I thought you must have found the money tree outside. I didn't know.
You never know what kind of offers come our way. We can bid. We can do like we did on Princess this week, and we'll bid our $205 for the balcony upgrade.
Yeah, we got an offer from Princess this week, just to share the little backstory there, saying a minimum bid to upgrade from, we have an interior room, but the minimum upgrade to get to a deluxe balcony was $200 a person. And so you bid 205.
Yep.
So fingers crossed, but I'm not holding my breath.
Big spender right there.
Yeah. Diane has a question. The loyalty status match, can you switch your HAL points? No. So it's not for HAL. It's only Royal Caribbean and Celebrity for the status.
At least I know. I don't know. I can guess so.
Right.
If so, we're going to like status match like Carnival. Because we've got lots of points with Carnival.
Well, actually, you're higher with Princess now, right? Around that.
And Peggy's saying you can bring on wine, but they hold it to the end like other cruise lines.
Okay.
And the cost on Cunard, Scott's doing some more math for us, was $475 a night.
With the Wi-Fi tips, drink package, deluxe interior room.
So that's similar prices to Celebrity from what he was saying, within $25 there.
Right.
And Texas View says, don't forget about the Eden and club shows. Get there early.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
I'm curious, is Eden kind of like just like a lounge bar that everybody hangs out at, and once in a while a show shows up? Or is it like actually a venue that you go in and like
I believe it's a restaurant there too.
Oh yeah,
you can have dinner there at Eden. Yeah.
So one of the things that we've always done for booking cruises, you may find this kind of funny even, is we'll have kind of an awareness level of ships we're curious about. Like we've watched videos on the Apex specifically several times in the past when we thought about Celebrity.
Like years ago now.
Yeah. But when we book a cruise, we kind of have this unwritten rule where it's like we stop looking at stuff about the ship after we book it, because we kind of want to get on there and have this whole fresh perspective of kind of hitting us in the face and seeing when you see our first reactions on the camera the second we got on a ship, that's genuine because we have no idea what we're going to see when we walk on.
Yeah, we try not to do too much research leading up to it.
So that's why we seem probably very confused, considering most other people say just go to YouTube and watch all the ship tours, you know all about it. We're kind of not
and we do highly support that. Trust us.
You should watch YouTube vloggers.
Watch the YouTube channels, please. Everybody do that. But yes, I joke with everybody that it's probably good that I have a horrible short-term memory, because I can watch a video and then 3 months later get on the cruise ship and be shocked because I forgot that I saw it all on a video 3 months ago.
Yeah, there's plus and minuses with that. You get to see the genuine reaction of someone just getting on a ship for the first time, and that's all very real. The downside is we're like lost and we can't provide any help until we figure it out. So, yep.
That's why we tell everybody we're no cruise experts. We just love to do it.
Kylie wants to know where we are sailing. Wants to know if we missed that. So we're sailing when the Apex is over in Europe right now, I believe. It comes back to the Caribbean later this fall. So in November we're going to be on it. And
we're doing the Caribbean. So this part. So one of the reasons why we like it is we get to go to the private island. Right?
Oh yeah,
that
we didn't even throw that in there. So big news. One of the reasons we booked this, part of the reason we've been thinking about booking a Royal Caribbean larger ship, in fact, we wanted to go and see what all the noise is about, what Perfect Day is all about.
Perfect Day in Coco Cay, right? So we've never been there before, and so this hit that list. It not only was it Celebrity, but it also got us to a private island that we have never gone to. And you guys know from watching our channel that we love the private islands. Usually great snorkeling and swimming, and I'm in my happy place. So we're really excited to go to their private island.
Yep. So which isn't their private island.
No, it's Royal Caribbean's private island, which is the same idea. But I think we are going to be there with a very large ship, though.
We are going to be there with the world's largest cruise ship.
So we may not love the Perfect Day in Coco Cay if there's so many people that you can't enjoy it. Yes. I hope I can go snorkeling without touching other people under the water.
So there'll be multiple reasons to watch that vlog series. You're going to see us from the Celebrity for the very first time on the Apex.
Yeah.
You're going to see us also go to Perfect Day for the first time and also see the world's largest cruise ship in the same spot with us.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting. Yeah. I'm trying to remember where else we go. I've lost track now of where else we go. Oh, I know what it is. I think we're going to Jamaica, and we're also going to Grand Cayman. So those are our stops. We're only doing 6 days. So
6 days.
We can't get too far in 6 days. But if we like those 6 days, I guarantee we'll be booking it again.
Right.
Yes, for sure. Let's see here. And Paul and Carol. Okay, Carol's providing some advice here. There's a theater in the Edge class.
Oh, is the best we've seen.
With a 180-degree screen.
Wow.
There you go. And I think Carol has seen the 180-degree screen in Holland America. So that's good news. So it's better than that experience.
Okay. Nice.
And then let's try to see. Just Google Celebrity and then move up and then just add your reservation number.
Okay.
Tony's saying.
To tell us how to
do it.
merge our points. Yeah.
Oh, we also got a comment. Balconies there are some that are not infinite.
They are forward and aft of the ship. Oh, okay.
There we go. Might be an option.
There you
go. And Sherry says her airport Wi-Fi went out, but she's back and we're still here.
There you go.
She might be playing catch up though. And Dola's also saying there's a couple of small porthole. I think I saw those. They were like cove balcony type of things.
Oh, really?
Some sort, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And Edge Class J and B in 2025 for the first time.
Nice.
They're going to try the infinite balcony.
They are.
There you go.
Nice.
I hear that the future. So what's the one coming out next? XL. I think it's a Celebrity XL. I think, or it's an XL class ship. But rumor is that they're going away from having the infinite balcony. So I wonder if they've had enough negative feedback. So
right.
And I've heard some people do like them. So it's kind of, I guess, depends what your taste is. And Kevin just won on his bid for an upcoming
cruise on the Grand. I bid the minimum $50 per person. Went for a
guaranteed balcony
to a mini suite. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, that's fun.
There you go.
Nice.
That's a good deal. And Anna likes the the reflection and the silhouettes. They have regular balconies.
Right. Yeah.
And Carol is saying that the Eden is 3 different levels: dining bar, a quiet area during the day, and then at nights they have shows that are superb.
Wow.
Definitely get there early, she's saying.
Okay.
And Amy booked the Celebrity Summit in Alaska and got it for $14.50 for 2 people.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good price.
And Tony's also saying Eden is a bar and a restaurant, serves lunch. They have music and shows, usually 10
at
p.m.
10 p.m.
We're going to have to stay up late.
Best shows on the ship. Wow.
And Glenn is saying that he got an upgrade for the Emerald in November.
Minimum bid for a balcony was $440.
Wow.
Yeah.
So our minimum bid was half that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. But maybe it's a longer cruise. Ours was only a 7-day cruise. Maybe his is a longer cruise, right?
Could be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think that I'm just reading through people's comments to each other. Peggy saying thanks for a nice chat. Have a great rest of the day. I guess she's checking out.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting close to that too. We're over our hour now.
There are some secret ocean view rooms that are similar to the ones in the Pinnacle class ship. Floor-to-ceiling windows without a balcony.
I think I did see those. Remember I was talking to you about those, that there was someone that did that too.
Yeah, you're right. You did tell me
They were
about
actually, they looked a lot like the infinite balcony rooms, but the window didn't open.
Yeah.
That's what they looked like from what I could tell. Yeah. Yep. So, but we've caught up with all the comments. And we're past our time. So, any last words about your celebrity cruise and what you're going to do?
No, we are excited to give it a try. And if you have any suggestions, please let us know what we need to do.
Yeah, they already gave us a suggestion to try Celebrity.
That's right.
So we're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And if we love Celebrity, we're going to be so thankful to all of you.
Right.
Yes, because, yeah, that's something that it's definitely new to us. And we've heard so many good things from all of you that we're trusting you.
That's right.
So, but from what I can tell already, the first impressions are very positive. So hopefully that continues as we get closer to getting on that ship.
That's right.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
All right.
We will be back next Sunday, even though it's a long weekend here in Canada.
That's right.
I think we're still going to be doing a show.
We will be.
And hopefully you all have a good week between now and then. And we'll see you then.
Bye for now.